And good evening, Oregon Trail Council and all these scouts at sea. Edward Murrow and so on. Jim remembers that. Yeah. Tonight we're going to talk about program, specifically about Cubs. We have our guest speaker tonight, Sherry Haywood out of the great Burnt Woods district. And a district to be named later, obviously. Yeah. But we have Cub events next weekend that are going to be fabulous. We got the Haunted Trails that's going to go on, and then later on we have summer camp stuff, and Sherry knows all about those things. Let's talk about that stuff. Sherry or Scott, did you want to lead off?
You know what? There's not much that I've got tonight, really, Randy. Other than the fact that just wanted to mention, I told Ben I would mention that he's got his pumpkin carving contest going, and Rob, what is it? The 27th or 28th is the last day they can turn those in. Does that sound right?
That sounds right. Let me check real quick.
That's Ben in the scout shop.
Yeah. So prizes for those winning pumpkins. So I wanted to mention that. And other than that, we've got, like always, we've got some properties things going on, continuing to work on those. I turned in my ballot today.
Very good.
That was good. I can't think of much else.
Let me jump in then, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure.
Scouting Wire yesterday or today had an article in there about a Scouts VSA troop down in the Western Los Angeles Area Council that went from 24 scouts 14 months ago, was it? Sherry, you're nodding your head. You've obviously read the thing. Yeah. To 50 scouts today. And they had 5 or 6 ideas on there that sound amazingly like the stuff that we've talked about for an awfully, awfully long time. So for those of you who are viewing this thing a little later, go take a look at Scouting Wire today or yesterday and take a look at that scout troop that went from 24 scouts to 50 in 18 months. Just incredible. That's the kind of stuff that we ought to be seeing happen.
We have a pack down. We have a pack down in Winston, Randy, that
right.
has recruited 14 new youth into their pack, and did it primarily through social media, advertising through social media, I think. So
yeah,
it can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. And none of this was done through magic. There's no new information out there, believe it or not. Scoutmaster down south just invited people in, had a great program, set up his orientation and meeting nights and camp out to support bringing in new scouts. He's been very upfront with the families about the way scouting works, and just excellent work all the way around. And Becca and Jason down there in Winston just use social media outreach. Of course, Becca just puts on a great performance as a leader. Just really amazed about all that. So it's just perfect. So a plug for Scouting Wire and a plug for recruiting. Let's keep scouting going. Sherry, you're the expert tonight. Can you tell us about stuff?
Nothing like being put on the spot for being the expert. I'm not quite going to claim that, but I'm going to say we'll have fun with it. How's that? We have Haunted Trails. Many of you have been to Haunted Trails before. We are doing it again this year. We are very COVID set up. We're really conscious about making sure that everybody is adequately separated. The event is outdoors. It'll start Friday evening on the 30th?
29, 30, somewhere.
29, yeah, whatever Friday evening is.
Yeah.
And the first group will check in on Friday. They'll go to camp, spend the night. We've got all kinds of fun activities for them Friday night. And then Saturday, they'll get up in the morning and we'll have a whole lot more fun activities. And then somewhere in the afternoon, they'll head on off and the second group can come in. We're limiting it to 40 cubs with their parents. So a total of 80 in camp, spread out into small groups. So it should be just a whole lot of fun. Bring your pumpkin. We're having pumpkin carving contest there too. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Get outside, go camp. The weather should be good, it looks like.
So will they get breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
They will get dinner, breakfast, and lunch.
Wonderful.
Yep.
And so that'll be supplied to them and they'll eat in their small groups, or?
They're actually we're going to fill their plates as they go through the dining hall. We're going to space them out, one group at a time will go through. And then we've got a bunch of outside seating. They can sit outside. We'll have a couple that could sit inside, but we'll have the windows open in there. So it's plenty of ventilation and yeah. Should be a lot of fun.
I think people should feel safe about that. I checked with the Douglas County Health Department about youth activities and food being supplied to them. And they said the food's really not the issue. It's the washing your hands, wearing your mask when it's necessary, socially distancing. So people should feel comfortable with what they're going to get. And we've got two wonderful cooks, I understand, too.
Yes, yes. Zach and Mackenzie will be cooking, and they are a hoot in the kitchen. So they ought to provide a little bit of entertainment also, I suspect. We have a great staff. We've got boys from Troop 2 that are going to be serving as camp guides for each of the groups that comes out. And everybody will be in groups of 8 or less for cubs. And they'll have a troop guide with them to take them around and show them everything that's going on. So should be a good time. Get registered. We are shutting it off exactly at 40 cubs. So make sure you get your name on that list before it's too late.
But you want to bring an extra blankie or something because it could be a little cool, but it's going to be really nice weather. And the thing I understand, Sherry, after talking with you, is that you're actually going to let the people on Sunday get an extra hour of sleep with the time change.
That's what I heard. I'm a little worried about my staff with that one, but you know, no, I think, yeah, I think that'll work out really well. I'm sure the kitchen staff will be greatly appreciative of not having to get up quite so early.
That means we're extending 2020 by an hour. Is that right?
Ooh.
So, sorry. That's another way of looking at it.
Mr. Positive.
Heck of a deal. And Sherry, you have 2 sessions going on, yes?
We have 2 sessions. We have a Friday to Saturday and a Saturday to Sunday.
And 40 cubs in each one?
40 cubs with their parent partners in each one. And it's really, really important. We're not doing pack camping. We're doing parent partner camping because the parents in this case are going to be the ones that are doing the hands-on instructing and helping out the kids. Our station leaders will be standing back, letting them know what they need to do, but at a distance. There will not be any contact between the station leaders and the youth themselves. So those parents are going to be critical.
Yeah, very family oriented.
For safety,
very good.
Religious reasons. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. And then later on, much later on, in the summer.
In the summer, yes. Camp Baker, we plan on being open for camp. Yes, I'm so excited.
Very good.
Schedule's going to switch around just a little bit this year. Our first week is going to be our Cub resident camp. Traditionally, that's been towards the beginning of August. It's now going to be in the beginning of July. And then we'll have 3 weeks of Scouts BSA camp.
Cool.
With some new exciting adventures. We'll be doing sandboarding. So that should be fun.
That's a real opportunity for youth to earn some money in the summer too, or even young adults.
It is.
Because
it is.
With resident camp first, and then staff week, and then 3 weeks of camp, they could go right up the hill to Camp Malacqua and spend some time up there and make some serious money.
Absolutely, except that it'll be staff week, resident camp, and then Scouts BSA.
Oh, yeah.
But they'll still be there through the whole time, and those scouts that are there during the Cub week will actually help us get the camp a little bit more prepared for Scouts BSA when it's time for that. So it's going to work out really well. I'm very excited, and yeah, you can double dip this year if you want to work both places. I'm sure we can arrange it for you. Yes, sir.
That sounds cool. Scott?
Do you want to talk about some of the new programs?
So there'll be sandboarding. The rifle is going to change just a little bit. We will be doing pellet guns this year, unfortunately, but that is because a tree kind of wiped out our shooting range and we're having to scramble this year to get things rearranged, but we'll have it back on track. We're also looking at
Cherry. Fortunately, even shooting pellets still qualify for the merit badge. So
absolutely,
it's a win-win.
And pellet guns are pretty fun to shoot, and not quite so noisy. They are a lot of fun, especially for new scouts. It's probably a better way to start, actually.
Yes.
We're also going to have a walking archery range, so that they are walking through a path and shooting at targets along the way. So that should be a whole lot of fun. I'm hoping that we can have a slingshot station also.
I heard some rumors that we got a couple of new sailboats too. Is it possible we're going to have a sailing class?
It's possible.
So we just need some really qualified people to teach that course then.
Yes, that's where that one's at. We're looking for the qualified people to be able to teach that.
I believe, if I remember correctly, we may have like an evening where we'll have some black powder shooting, possibly.
Oh, well, that would be awesome. I actually thought that was next year, not this upcoming year.
You're probably right. Yeah, without the range set up, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I don't think we can get the range set up for this year for that, but next year, boy, next year, tune in, because we have got some fantastic things on the horizon, of which I'm not going to talk about. You'll just have to come see.
You talk about them next time, right? Yeah, got it.
Or you can email me and I'll let you know. No, just kidding.
Yeah. And when do you think you'll start bringing staff together for summer camp, recruiting and that kind of thing?
We're already working on the senior staff right now. Just trying to get them lined up, hiring the staff that is a junior staffer that's working with the senior staff. We want to make sure we do that in partnership with whoever is the area director for that space. So that'll probably start happening in January. But get your name in early because we do have a lot of returning scouts that want to come back and want to staff. So the sooner your name's in and we can get you through the approval process, the better off it'll be.
Now, of course, we're going to have the COPE course, one of the only COPE courses on natural trees that I'm aware of.
Yes, that's true.
And
yeah.
Climbing tower.
Climbing tower, COPE. Yep, those are all.
Wow. I wish I was 12 again.
You can still go up. We've got harnesses.
I'm good.
And we have a zip line too. Don't forget about our zip line in camp.
Yeah.
So yeah, all kinds of fun and exciting things. And you get to go play at the dunes one night during the camp out also. So that's quite a bit of fun.
So do you feed the troops every night or do they get a chance to cook for themselves?
So one night out of the week, we actually send coolers to the campsite so that they do in-camp cooking as a unit. So it works out really well. And the rest of the time we feed them because they're pretty busy. We don't give them a whole lot of downtime. We keep everybody active and moving forward most of the time at camp.
Real positive experience. Even if you're an old person, it's still very, very positive. So rumor has it that there is a water tower underneath the climbing walls. Is that?
Yeah, the climbing walls are built on the old water tower. Yeah. So much history at Camp Baker.
Show you pictures of that. That's for sure. Yeah. Good stuff. So what else do we want to talk about tonight? Scott, Rob, Jim, Sherry?
I will mention again that we're just doing, we're doing 2 weeks at Malacqua this summer as well. It is the 75th anniversary year of Malacqua's. It was interesting. Today was kind of our fall cleanup day around the office. So we were just cleaning up and moving some stuff and getting rid of some stuff. And I was looking through some old board minutes what was my point? What was I talking about?
Clean up, 75th year at Malacqua.
Yeah, and I just, there was some, I think 1962 board minutes in 1962, and they were talking about, I think they were talking about Malacqua Beaver Weekend in one of those board meetings, Jim. So it's kind of interesting looking through that stuff and seeing that.
We're going to have NYLT up at Malacqua again this year, I hear, too.
Correct.
Great place for it.
Great location for it. Yep.
Be nice to be able to finally test out the new water tanks. They've aged for a year up there, and it's letting all the tannins out of the wood and that. So it's going to be an exciting year at Camp Malacqua after Camp Baker, of course.
Our camp director and our climbing director are both going up there on Sunday of this week. So we'll see.
Well, they're going to probably find some snow. I'm seeing 17 degrees in Blue River and chance of snow. So they may want to take their long woolies with them. Well, maybe for the camp climbing director, it might be the shorter woolies.
We'll mention, Randy, that anybody that's, any units that are going up there and they need to raise the funds to get to either Baker or Malacqua. We do have a couple of fundraisers for them this fall. They can actually sell popcorn. We're making that available this year. Very easy, online popcorn sales. We've got a couple of units that I think that are doing that. And then I think we have about 30, Rob, units that are going to sell candy and meat sticks. So we've got both of those opportunities available. All they have to do is go on the website, and that'll give them some information about the sale. So it's nice, just because this has been a tough year for fundraisers in any of our units in the council. No parking. Camp cards were tough at times. So yeah, a lot of the fundraisers we typically are able to rely on just weren't available to us, or we just didn't have a very good campaign because of the limits we had to deal with. So those are available for this fall. And also want to mention that as we're doing our cleanup today, we've got a ton of stuff that has been donated to us. And recently we had, I think Coburg Fire Department donated several sleeping bags to us. So on November 7th, why we have people turning in scouting for food here at this location of the council office, we'll have that stuff out, and units in need, families in need of camping equipment for their scouts can come and pick through that stuff and see what they need and grab what they need. So that's going to be available on the 7th.
So I did have a question, Scott, about the 10% discount that we offer at Oregon Trail camps. If they attended an OTC camp, either Malacqua or Baker in 2019, are we going to carry that 10% forward to 2021 season? Yeah. Because
obviously they didn't attend any camps any of our camps in 2020.
Yep. So we're going to give them a pass on that, and that's a good reason to attend. 10%'s a nice savings.
It is. So at least my guess would be for Baker, it's probably close to $36 or something like that. So.
Yeah, that's a significant amount to a scouting family, that's for sure. Yeah. So is anybody selling candy and meat sticks by the box? Is that a possibility? for those of you who view this a little later on, you might tap some of the current attendees and ask them to buy a box of stuff. I don't know about a box of popcorn, but a box of meat sticks works out pretty good. But, in fact, if Tony still has some of that in the office, I may have to come chat with him again.
Yeah.
I happen to be out at the moment.
I personally don't need a box, but I would probably buy one and share it. So.
Dibs on the dark chocolate.
That's the one that always goes first. All righty-o. What else do we want to talk about tonight? We're approaching the top of the hour. Rob's got to go, and the rest of us got to go as well. No?
I think that there's a couple of things, Rob, that are coming up on the calendar that are noteworthy to mention. We've got a den leader training coming up. I think that there's an online popcorn training that's coming up. Can you just real quickly give us those in a nutshell details?
You're going to have to share the den leader training. I'm not sure I know about that one yet, but yes, we do have a very special webinar for unit leaders and scouting families interested in how this whole online popcorn thing works. And we've actually got the expert from Trails End himself, a great guy by the name of Jared, who's going to come in and kind of lead us through that process and let us know how easy it is. And everything that I'm looking at online really does make it look easy. And Trails End's got some great tools to help scouts, scouting families, and units pay their way through the adventure of scouting.
And when they go out and sell, when they encourage people to go online and buy that, it goes directly to it's shipped directly to their home.
So to the customer's home.
Exactly, customer's home.
And there is on the 6th and 7th, which is a Friday, Saturday, is a virtual Order of the Arrow induction weekend. And so anybody that might be a candidate to become a member of the Order of the Arrow should really check the Chiscan, TSISQAN.org website. I know Randy's a member of that lodge, and is a dues paid. You could show us your patch, probably, Randy, that you paid.
Fine, thank you, Jim.
You're good, huh? But yeah, it's that's going on too. There's a lot of activities going on. It's kind of hard to keep up with it all.
Is there some kind of notice about lodge activities and so forth that's available?
It's on the you can go to the OTC website and use the link to go to the lodge, or you can go directly to the lodge website and there's notifications on it. All dues paid members get notifications on all those items. They just had the first and hopefully the last virtual lodge annual meeting this past weekend. And it was a pretty fun time. They had activities and officer elections and all those things. So they're doing well. They're doing well.
Went pretty much from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. I think, didn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, little break for dinner. Had to cook that really nice ribeye and have some salad with it and some, fresh corn. And everybody did their own meals, but that's what the real chefs were eating, It was a fun time.
I think I had a peanut butter sandwich.
That was tonight, but thank you.
Yeah, very good. All righty. Okay, well, let's wrap this thing up and put it in the can there, and we'll be in pretty good shape. And we'll meet again next week, and we'll see where this takes us down the scouting trail. Have a good evening. See y'all later.